What's good, y'all? I hope you guys are doing super well. Now, today we're talking about the Apple Watch, and the Apple Watch is one of the coolest and the most useful devices that you can actually buy from the Apple ecosystem. Now, unfortunately, most people, whether you own an Apple Watch or you don't, are unaware of what this tiny computer on your wrist is actually capable of. So that's exactly what we're talking about today. We're going to be talking about 10 insanely useful productivity and daily life tips that you should definitely know about with respect to an Apple Watch. And while I'm using the Apple Watch Ultra for this video, it does not matter what model you have. Most of these tips are going to apply to any Apple Watch on the market, provided you're on the latest software update. Let's do this. Now, one of the main reasons for me to actually originally go out and buy an Apple Watch was for fitness tracking, and that's definitely one of the best reasons to buy an Apple Watch now in 2024 and throughout its lifespan. Now, while the Apple Watch workout app is clutch, one thing that many fitness enthusiasts don't like is the fact that when you start a workout on the Apple Watch, it'll run a quick countdown on the screen instead of immediately starting the workout, unlike any of the other fitness trackers that are popular on the market, such as the Fitbit or the Garmin watches that instantly start a workout. But there is actually one way to make your watch more like a Garmin or a Fitbit, which is by going to the settings, going to workout, hitting this option which says precision start. And now every time you try to start a workout, the countdown will be skipped and it's going to be super instantaneous. You've probably heard about how the Apple Watch has saved lives of people who have been in accidents, or even for cyclists who have had a fall. And there's a ton of articles on the internet regarding this, and this is definitely one of the best features that Apple has given the watch. Although, for this to work, you probably need to go into your watch and configure a couple of different settings. So what you essentially want to do is you want to go to your Apple Watch, head to your settings. Inside of settings, head to your SOS settings and go into fall detection. And you want to turn this to always on and not just on during workouts. Once you do this, the watch will detect whenever you have a fall, not only during the workouts. You may also want to turn call after serious crash on. This will ensure that if, God forbid, you are in a car crash, the emergency contacts listed on your iPhone will be immediately notified. So the Apple Watch can literally save your life. Now, for the third most important feature, this is the feature that's also now available on various Android wearables, by the way. This is the camera remote function on the Apple Watch, wherein if you want a Bluetooth remote for your iPhone camera, or you want to be able to see yourself while you use the back cameras on your iPhone and your iPhone's placed on a tripod, the Apple Watch has you covered for all of that. You essentially want to go into your menu for your Apple Watch and tap on the camera icon. What you're going to see is that this pretty much triggers the camera to start and open up on your iPhone. Here, you can now tap to focus, adjust your camera settings, and even live stream what your camera is shooting like a viewfinder. It can be basically used for photos, videos, and basically also really helpful if you use your iPhone to vlog like I do. Honestly, this has been great, especially when I'm shooting my life at sea videos and I'm out at sea and I want to use the high quality cameras at the back of my iPhone, and it's also been pretty amazing to shoot top-down shots or any of my tech product videos on this channel. The next feature is for people that are really deep in the Apple ecosystem. If you own an Apple TV, you already know that you can control your TV using the remote function on your iPhone. But did you also know that the same function is available and way more convenient to use on your Apple Watch? Just go to your app library and look for the blue play button. Click on it and you'll see it detects your Apple TV. Now you can control all of your TV functions using just your watch, which is a device that's always on your wrist. It's super intuitive and it works like a charm. This is something that I use almost every day because I'm always watching content mainly on my Apple TV. Let's look at timers on the Apple Watch, which is such a useful feature, at least for me, on a daily basis. I use this a ton, especially when I'm studying currently for my captain's exams. I also use timers a ton to focus on what I'm doing. I basically set a timer and then I don't stop performing the task until the timer runs out. It's as simple as raising your hand, pressing down on the digital crown, and all you have to say is the time, nothing more, and that's why I love it. 10 minutes. For example, that pretty much set a timer for 10 minutes, which works brilliantly well. As you can see, the timer is right there. What you can also do is you can add a complication to your watch face to see the countdown on your watch home screen, making this super easy. Timers are something that are extremely easy to use on the Apple Watch, and you can actually set multiple timers at once, making this feature hella convenient. A really handy feature with the Apple Watch is being able to ping your iPhone. All you need to do is go into the control center, and the icon of the phone with the sound waves coming out of them is the icon you want to tap on. Doing this will ping your iPhone, making it emit a sound or a chime. Long pressing the same icon is going to make this even better, where it's going to make your iPhone chime, plus it's going to emit a flash using the flashlight of your device, making it so much easier to find in dark environments. Now, the Apple Watch as a wearable and a fitness tracker, as we discussed, is pretty great. And one aspect of checking on your health and fitness is sleep tracking, which is a feature that's inbuilt on the last few generations of the Apple Watch. And this requires you to ensure that your watch is on your wrist while you sleep. Now, that being said, for this to work, you probably need a ton of battery life on your Apple Watch. But don't worry, if you go into your settings and go into sleep, come down to charging reminders and turn this on. When you do this, the Apple Watch, before you sleep and before your sleep schedule kicks in, will remind you to quick charge the device so that you can have sufficient battery for the entire night for your Apple Watch to sufficiently and properly and efficiently be able to track your entire night's sleep. This is something that's super handy, and I've been using it almost every day during my vacation as well as on board a ship, and it's been a great way to understand how I'm actually sleeping and basically for me to get a better idea about my health and well-being. Also, on newer Apple Watches, you will actually get a reminder to do a quick charge just sufficient your night, and that basically will take care of your sleep tracking activities using this device. Now, the next feature that we're talking about is extremely basic but super handy. You can unlock your MacBook using just your Apple Watch. You have to have your watch on your wrist, and as you can lift up your Mac's lid, you'll see your Mac automatically unlock using the automation and the handoff feature built in within the Apple ecosystem. Now, for this to take place, you want to go to your Mac, head to Settings, Touch ID and Passcode, and then turn this on. This way, every time you go to your Mac, you do not need to put in your password or Touch ID to unlock your device, and this is extremely handy. Now, the control center of your Apple Watch has a really special feature. There's this icon here which is used essentially to activate theater mode, wherein your Apple Watch will instantly go into theater mode, which is a really useful feature when you're watching a movie out in a public place and you don't want to disturb the people around you. This will basically silence all the notifications and dim your watch's display. Now, there may be a moment where you want to use your watch ironically to just tell the time while at the movies. Well, you can even in theater mode by simply scrolling the digital crown just a little bit. This will light up your watch as you scroll with minimum illumination, hence letting you tell the time but avoiding disturbing all the people who are around you in the theater during the movie. While you can see this feature definitely isn't groundbreaking, but it's definitely one of those quality of life, tiny, detailed features that Apple always seems to throw in as an Easter egg in all their products. Something that I use very often, and you should check it out too. Now, the Apple Watch is pretty great for quickly replying to texts and messages, and that's definitely one of the main reasons a lot of people pick up this watch, because it is technically an iPhone on your wrist. Now, sometimes you want to type slightly longer sentences than just one word replies, which is the default on any Apple Watch, plus the tiny code of your Apple Watch can be a little messy when you want to type longer sentences. So what you can do instead is you can hit the arrow at the bottom of the keyboard. This is going to open the scribble pad, which now lets you use your finger as a pen to scribble, and this is pretty accurate. It's going to turn the scribble into normal text similar to what you have on the iPad, letting you send longer messages from your Apple Watch, and this is something that's going to help you in a pinch wherever you are. Honestly, there have been times where I had to respond to important messages, but I was out with people and I couldn't use my phone. I couldn't pull out my phone because it would be rude or impolite, so I've used this scribble feature a ton of times to get me out in a pinch, and I think it's definitely something that anyone would appreciate, so do check it out. Alright, so that's basically that. I hope one of these few tips that I showed you in this video today actually help you with your usage of your Apple Watch, and I hope you learned something new in this video. If you did, definitely give this video a thumbs up. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel because it's free and it really helps me out. It's going to help the channel grow, and it's going to help me make more videos and more tips and tricks for you guys in the near future. And in case you're somebody who's really interested in tech and you want to know what the latest Apple or Microsoft or Google or GoPro event was about, and whether the new products that have just launched on the market are actually worth it, what's behind the crazy technological jargon that you hear in all these amazing events, and what's behind all the hype, I recently started a brand new tech podcast called the Weekly Tech Fix with one of my favorite YouTubers, One Tech EDC. New videos are going to be up on the Weekly Tech Podcast every Sunday. You're going to get to know the basics of technology. You're going to get to know the latest news, the latest leaks, the latest rumors, and you're also going to get crazy product recommendations as well as reviews from us, and also proper feedback on whether you should actually buy a particular product that you're thinking about buying or not. Definitely subscribe to the Weekly Tech Fix. Link in description. I am going to see you guys in the next one. Thanks for watching.